Now, two different perspectives on U.S. policy in Afghanistan from two Marine Corps veterans. Nathaniel Fick served as an infantry officer in Afghanistan and is now CEO of the Center for New American Security. Matthew Ho served as a captain in Iraq and later a Foreign Service officer in Afghanistan. He quit the diplomatic post earlier this year in a dispute over administration policy. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Nate, you say you don't exult in sending more troops to Afghanistan, but the U.S. has no choice. Why?
I do think that the United States has strategic national interests at stake in Afghanistan. And to pursue those interests and to do what we need to do to protect the United States, I agree with the broad contours of the president's new policy.
And Matthew, you have said that the goal of making sure al-Qaeda doesn't regroup in Afghanistan and launch another terrorist attack is a specious argument. Why?
It is. Particularly since 2001, al-Qaeda has evolved into an organization that doesn't require physical ground or territory. It's an organization that's based on the internet. It does have leadership that is in sanctuary in Pakistan. However, that leadership is primarily more as figureheads right now. So the presence of large amounts of American ground troops in Afghanistan doesn't have any effect on al-Qaeda's operations.
Nate, what do you make of that? Is this a 20th century strategy for a 21st century problem?
I actually agree with everything Matthew said in the sense that adding forces in Afghanistan is insufficient. But where we disagree, I think, is in my belief that space, in fact, does matter, and that the internet, say, or a cafe in Berlin can be used to recruit, it can be used to persuade, but if you're planning and training to conduct large-scale operations, Mumbai-style operations or 9/11-style operations, space actually does matter. Physical space matters. And the most hospitable place in the world for this group right now is the border region of Afghanistan and Pakistan.
President Obama has been criticized for announcing a withdrawal date of the summer of 2011, or at least to start withdrawing troops. Do you think that, as John McCain said, sends the wrong message to our friends and our enemies?
Katie, I had a great mentor in the Marine Corps who was in Beirut in 1983. He said that when you start giving timelines, if that timeline is too long, then your enemy will drive you out. And if the timeline is too short, then your enemy will wait you out. I've never been involved in any sort of negotiation that benefited from telling my adversary across the table when I was ready to quit.
If we give them a date that we're going to withdraw, then the Karzai regime will have to negotiate with the Taliban. But that's why I'm arguing for us to negotiate with the Taliban right now, engage them right now and get them to the table so that we can get some type of settlement, so we're not here talking about this in 2012, 2013, after X amount more dead.
Nate Fick and Matthew Ho, gentlemen, thanks so much for your perspective tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks.